In the fast-paced, ever-evolving world of tech startups, few figures have left a mark as indelible as Travis Kalanick. A name synonymous with disruption, innovation, and controversy, Kalanick is the co-founder and former CEO of Uber Technologies, a company that transformed the way we think about transportation. But behind the sleek app and the global ride-hailing empire lies a story of ambition, conflict, and relentless drive, a story of one man's vision to reshape an entire industry, no matter the cost. Early on, he exhibited a passion for technology and entrepreneurship, driven by an innate desire to build and create. His first foray into the tech world was at UCLA, where he dropped out to pursue a career in software development, a decision that would define the trajectory of his life. Before Uber, there was Scour, his first company, a peer-to-peer file-sharing service that challenged established internet norms. But Scour's legal battles and eventual shutdown were just the beginning of Kalanick's journey. From the ashes of Scour, Kalanick co-founded Red Swoosh, a company focused on content delivery, which would later sell for $19 million. This early taste of success laid the foundation for his next and most ambitious project, Uber. In 2009, alongside Garrett Camp, Kalanick launched Uber, initially a simple concept to solve the problem of unreliable taxi services in San Francisco. The idea was simple: create a smartphone app that would connect passengers with drivers at the tap of a button. What followed was nothing short of revolutionary. Uber expanded rapidly, upending the taxi industry and creating an entirely new market for ride-sharing. Yet, with success came the inevitable challenges. The tension with regulators, city governments, and the taxi industry was fierce and unrelenting. Kalanick's leadership style was as bold as the company he built. Known for his fierce competitiveness, no-nonsense approach, and willingness to defy traditional business norms, he became a lightning rod for both praise and criticism. Under his watch, Uber grew from a fledgling startup to a global powerhouse, but the road was anything but smooth. Allegations of a toxic corporate culture, accusations of unethical business practices, and legal battles over labor laws threatened to unravel everything he had worked for. Uber's rise was marked by clashes with local governments and taxi unions across the globe. From regulatory fights in Europe to heated protests in cities like London and New York, the company's aggressive tactics drew both admiration and condemnation. Kalanick himself became the face of Uber's unapologetic strategy, often pushing the envelope on what was acceptable in the tech world. But as the company grew, so did the scrutiny. Allegations of harassment, sexism, and an unhealthy work environment led to public backlash. In 2017, after intense pressure from investors, Kalanick stepped down as Uber's CEO, leaving behind a legacy that was as complicated as it was transformative. His departure marked the end of an era for Uber, but the company he built would continue to shape the future of transportation, even without him at the helm. Travis Kalanick's journey is one of both triumph and turmoil. His story raises crucial questions about the cost of innovation, the price of success, and the ethics of building a billion-dollar empire in the age of Silicon Valley. This is the untold story of the man who took Uber from the backseat to the driver's seat of a global revolution. Travis Kalanick is a name that resonates in the tech world and beyond, representing the very essence of Silicon Valley's disruptive spirit. Known for founding Uber, a company that redefined the global transportation landscape, Kalanick's journey is one of ambition, conflict, and relentless determination. But to understand the story of Uber, you must first understand the story of the man who built it. Born in 1976 in Los Angeles, California, Kalanick's story began far from the global stages of Silicon Valley. Raised in a middle-class family, his mother was a civil engineer and his father an entrepreneur. From a young age, Kalanick was exposed to the world of business and problem-solving. He was a naturally curious child, intelligent, driven, and often quick to question the status quo. His passion for technology took root early, and by the time he was a teenager, Kalanick was already experimenting with computers and software. After attending Granada Hills High School, Kalanick went on to study computer engineering at UCLA, but his time in college was short-lived. After just 2 years, he dropped out, unwilling to wait for a degree to start his career. His decision to leave UCLA reflected the deep entrepreneurial drive that would define his career. He later reflected, saying that college felt like a detour on his path to success. In 1998, Kalanick's first major venture was born, Scour, a peer-to-peer file-sharing service that aimed to compete with Napster. Scour quickly gained traction, but it wasn't long before it ran into serious legal troubles. The company faced lawsuits from major media corporations and ultimately shut down in 2000, a blow to Kalanick's early career. But, rather than discouraging him, the failure only strengthened his resolve. From the ashes of Scour, Kalanick launched his next company, Red Swoosh, a content delivery network. This venture was ultimately sold to Akamai Technologies for $19 million in 2007, marking Kalanick's first big financial win. But Kalanick's biggest break came in 2009, when he co-founded Uber, alongside Garrett Camp. The concept was deceptively simple: create a smartphone app that could connect passengers with drivers. It all started with a problem Kalanick had while attending a tech conference in Paris. He couldn't find a taxi. In that moment, the idea for Uber was born, a reliable, convenient way to hail a ride from the palm of your hand. Together with Camp, Kalanick set out to turn this idea into a reality. Uber started as Uber Cab, a luxury black car service available only in San Francisco. But it wasn't long before Kalanick and his team saw the potential to scale. What began as an app for the wealthy quickly expanded, with UberX offering lower-cost rides and the ride-hailing model revolutionizing urban transportation. The app gained users quickly, and the company grew at an explosive rate. However, this meteoric rise also led to fierce battles with regulators, taxi services, and government officials around the world. Kalanick's leadership style was unconventional and aggressive. He wasn't afraid to take on entrenched industries or push the boundaries of the law to achieve Uber's rapid growth. The company faced intense opposition from traditional taxi drivers, and in some cities, Uber was banned. But Kalanick's belief in his vision never wavered. His mantra was simple: move fast and break things. As Uber's CEO, Kalanick became a global icon, known as much for his fiery personality as for his entrepreneurial acumen. Under his leadership, Uber expanded to more than 60 countries and hundreds of cities around the world. But Kalanick's tenure wasn't without its controversies. His leadership was often described as combative, with employees and critics accusing Uber of fostering a toxic corporate culture. In 2017, a viral blog post from a former employee revealed troubling accounts of harassment and discrimination at Uber's headquarters. The backlash was swift, and Kalanick faced mounting pressure from investors, employees, and the public. In June 2017, amid growing scandals and calls for his resignation, Kalanick stepped down as Uber's CEO. It was a dramatic and unexpected departure, ending his 9-year tenure at the helm of the company he had built. However, Kalanick's legacy at Uber was undeniable. Under his leadership, the company had become a global giant, valued at billions of dollars and fundamentally altering the way people move around cities. But the fallout from his leadership style left an indelible mark on the company. Following his departure from Uber, Kalanick shifted his focus to new ventures. In 2017, he launched a new startup, City Storage Systems, which aims to revitalize underutilized urban real estate. Kalanick's post-Uber ventures reflect his continued drive to innovate and disrupt, this time with an emphasis on real estate and infrastructure. Outside of his business ventures, Kalanick's personal life has also been the subject of media attention. Known for his competitive spirit and larger-than-life personality, he remains a somewhat enigmatic figure. A complex man, Kalanick is both a visionary and a provocateur, someone who sees opportunity where others see obstacles, and someone who is unapologetically willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. Today, Uber stands as one of the most influential companies in the world, with a valuation of over $80 billion and a diverse range of services from food delivery to freight logistics. Though Kalanick no longer leads the company, his fingerprints are all over Uber's continued evolution. Travis Kalanick's legacy is one of transformation. He reshaped the world of transportation, challenging established industries and creating an entirely new market. His story raises crucial questions about the balance between innovation and ethics, the price of success, and the costs of revolutionizing an industry. For better or worse, Kalanick's impact on the world and on the future of business cannot be overstated. The journey of Travis Kalanick is one of vision, courage, and controversy, and it is far from over. Before Uber, hailing a cab in most cities was a hassle, waiting in long lines, hoping a cab would actually show up, and often dealing with the unpredictable and inefficient nature of the taxi industry. But that all changed with one simple idea that would transform the way the world moved. In 2008, to entrepreneurs Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp sought a solution to a common frustration they both shared. After struggling to get a taxi while attending a tech conference in Paris, they had an epiphany. What if there was a way to order a car, just like you would a pizza, directly from your phone? This idea would evolve into what we now know as Uber, a revolution in transportation that would change the very fabric of urban mobility. In March 2009, Uber was born. What began as a simple idea for a luxury car service in San Francisco quickly grew into a global platform. The first iteration of Uber was called Uber Cab, an app that allowed users to book black cars on demand. The idea was to provide a premium, reliable service for those who were tired of the unreliable and often unfriendly taxi experiences. At its core, Uber was built on the premise of convenience, an easy-to-use app that allowed riders to book a car, track its arrival, and pay for the ride all within minutes. What made Uber truly groundbreaking, however, wasn't just the app, it was the innovative use of technology to connect everyday people with independent drivers. The company wasn't just creating a service, it was creating a whole new economy. The idea quickly gained traction. Uber's early supporters were tech-savvy, young professionals who valued convenience and were willing to pay a premium for it. But what really propelled the company was the larger vision: to democratize access to transportation, provide drivers with flexible employment opportunities, and improve the overall user experience for riders. By 2010, Uber had expanded beyond San Francisco and into other cities in the U.S. Uber's rapid growth was fueled by a mix of bold decisions, savvy marketing, and Kalanick's fearless leadership. He wasn't afraid to push boundaries and take on established players, most notably the taxi industry, which saw Uber as a threat to its long-standing monopoly on urban transportation. The game-changing moment came in 2012 with the launch of UberX. This new service allowed anyone with a car and a driver's license to become an Uber driver. No longer just for the wealthy or those who could afford a black car, Uber opened up transportation to the masses, creating an entirely new class of on-demand drivers. UberX democratized the idea of ride-hailing, making it affordable, convenient, and accessible to a much larger audience. But Uber's rapid success came at a cost. The company quickly found itself at odds with taxi unions, city regulators, and traditional transportation companies that saw Uber as an existential threat. In cities around the world, Uber faced regulatory battles, legal challenges, and public protests. While Uber championed itself as a disruptive force for good, it also found itself in the crosshairs of regulators and government agencies that struggled to adapt to this new business model. Despite the challenges, Uber continued to expand at a staggering pace. By 2013, the company was operating in over 35 cities across the globe. Uber's expansion wasn't just about getting more riders. It was about building a brand that became synonymous with convenience, innovation, and speed. With each new city, Uber became a lifeline to millions of people in need of reliable transportation and a source of income for drivers seeking flexible work. At the heart of Uber's growth was its aggressive strategy. Kalanick was unapologetic about disrupting the traditional industries he encountered, often using the company's rapid growth and resources to challenge regulations. Whether it was lobbying against fare caps or fighting city ordinances, Uber's expansion tactics were at times controversial. But there was no denying the power of Uber's business model, a tech-driven solution that tapped into a need in urban areas where traditional transportation was outdated and inefficient. As the years went on, Uber's platform evolved. It wasn't just about rides anymore, it became a multi-service platform. In 2014, Uber introduced Uberpool, allowing riders to share a ride and split the cost with others going in the same direction. This marked the beginning of Uber's transition from a ride-hailing service to a full-fledged mobility platform. In 2015, Uber launched Uber Eats, a food delivery service allowing users to order meals from local restaurants and have them delivered by Uber drivers. The company's ambitions didn't stop there. Uber set its sights on the future, investing heavily in autonomous vehicle technology, hoping to one day replace human drivers with self-driving cars. The promise of a driverless future raised the stakes even higher, with Uber positioning itself as not just a ride-hailing company, but a transportation pioneer shaping the next generation of mobility. By 2019, Uber's valuation had reached over $70 billion, and the company went public in one of the most highly anticipated IPOs in tech history. But despite its dominance in the market, Uber's journey wasn't without bumps. Regulatory challenges, legal battles, and criticism of its corporate culture made its path to success rocky. Yet, Uber had irrevocably changed the way the world thought about transportation, and its influence would continue to shape the industry for years to come. Uber's success sparked fierce competition from rivals like Lyft, as well as legacy transportation companies trying to adapt to the new digital age. The ride-hailing space became a multi-billion-dollar industry, with Uber often leading the charge in innovation and market share. But even with all its success, Uber remained locked in a battle for global dominance, facing new challenges as it tried to maintain its edge. Uber's story is one of transformation, a company that started with a simple idea to solve a personal problem and became a global force that reshaped an entire industry. It has created millions of jobs, transformed how we think about mobility, and sparked conversations about the future of work, technology, and regulation. Uber's rise is not just about one company's journey, it's about a movement that changed the world. A story of audacity, ambition, and a willingness to redefine what's possible in the age of technology. The ride may have started with a simple app, but it has set the course for the future of transportation, and the world is still catching up. When Travis Kalanick co-founded Uber in 2009, he set out to create more than just a ride-hailing app. He envisioned a revolution, a complete overhaul of how people move, work, and interact with transportation. Over the next decade, Kalanick would not only reshape the global transportation landscape, but also spark a wave of change that rippled through technology, labor, and society. Kalanick's impact on the world began with a simple, yet profound idea: what if you could summon a ride with the tap of a button? It was a vision that challenged traditional industries, disrupted centuries-old models of transportation, and forever changed how people think about moving through urban environments. Uber wasn't just a tech product, it was a catalyst for change. It challenged the monopoly of traditional taxi services, offering consumers a more reliable, cost-efficient, and tech-driven alternative. Kalanik's insistence on building a seamless experience led to an app that worked efficiently and intuitively, a key factor in Uber's global appeal. Perhaps Kalanik's most significant disruption came in 2012 with the launch of UberX. By allowing everyday drivers to use their personal vehicles to transport passengers, Uber democratized transportation, creating a new class of gig workers. Suddenly, anyone with a car could become a driver, giving people the flexibility to earn money on their own terms. UberX made transportation affordable, accessible, and scalable in a way that had never been seen before. But Kalanik's impact went far beyond transportation. He was part of a new breed of Silicon Valley leaders who pushed boundaries, not just in business but in how society viewed innovation. He embodied the mantra of move fast and break things, a philosophy that led Uber to expand at an unprecedented pace. Under his leadership, Uber grew from a local San Francisco service to a global behemoth operating in over 60 countries by 2017. However, Kalanik's aggressive approach didn't come without consequences. His focus on rapid expansion and disruption led to intense backlash from the taxi industry, government regulators, and critics who accused Uber of undercutting labor rights and ignoring local laws. Uber's rise was marked by a series of ethical controversies, including reports of a toxic corporate culture and allegations of harassment within the company. Kalanik's leadership style, often described as combative and unapologetic, was both a driving force behind Uber's success and a source of deep internal and external tension. Kalanik's leadership was a double-edged sword. On one hand, Uber was growing faster than any startup in history, attracting billions in funding and changing how people viewed transportation. On the other hand, the company's antagonistic approach to regulation and competition often drew fierce resistance. In cities around the world, Uber faced legal battles with taxi drivers, regulators, and local governments who fought back against its unorthodox business model. Yet, Kalanik's impact wasn't just about Uber. His approach to business aggressive, daring, and ruthlessly efficient set the tone for an entire generation of startups in Silicon Valley and beyond. Uber helped shape the gig economy, where workers increasingly became independent contractors rather than employees. This shift opened new opportunities for flexible work but also sparked debates about worker rights, benefits, and job security. In 2017, amid mounting pressure and controversy, Kalanik resigned as Uber's CEO. His departure marked the end of an era for the company, but his influence remained. Uber was now a multi-billion-dollar company, and its trajectory was no longer just about growth but about sustainability, ethics, and cultural change. Despite the controversies, Kalanik's legacy at Uber is undeniable. Under his leadership, Uber didn't just change the way we get from point A to point B, it became a global symbol of how technology could reshape industries. Beyond ride-hailing, Uber expanded into food delivery with Uber Eats, freight logistics with Uber Freight, and even explored autonomous vehicle technology. Kalanik's vision had far-reaching implications, pushing the company into sectors beyond transportation. After Uber, Kalanik didn't fade into the background. He remained an influential figure in Silicon Valley, founding new ventures like City Storage Systems, which focuses on repurposing real estate for innovative uses. Kalanik's continued drive for disruption, this time in the world of real estate and urban infrastructure, demonstrates his belief that technology can revolutionize even the most established industries. Kalanik's legacy extends beyond the companies he built to the cultural shifts he triggered. His impact on the gig economy forever altered how people view work, employment, and flexibility. Uber's model provided millions of drivers with opportunities to earn income on their own terms. But it also forced society to grapple with the complexities of gig labor issues of fairness, compensation, and benefits that continue to dominate global discussions. As Uber reached new heights, becoming one of the most valuable companies in the world and going public in 2019, it was clear that Kalanick's vision was far more than a passing trend. He didn't just change transportation, he reshaped the future of work, entrepreneurship, and how we think about mobility. His approach may have been controversial, but it was undeniably effective, changing the world in ways few could have predicted. Travis Kalanick's story is one of disruption, of challenging norms, breaking barriers, and creating something that would forever alter the landscape of technology, business, and culture. His impact is felt not only in the apps we use daily, but in the way we understand work, mobility, and the power of innovation. For better or worse, Kalanick's legacy is etched into the fabric of the modern world, a testament to the power of bold ideas and the risk of changing the world on your own terms. Travis Kalanick wasn't just a tech entrepreneur, he was a pioneer who dared to imagine a new way of moving through the world. His journey is one of audacity, ambition, and transformation, and it serves as a reminder of the profound effect one person's vision can have on the world. Travis Kalanick's journey is not just a tale of tech innovation, it's a story of disruption, vision, and transformation. From the simple idea of making transportation as easy as a tap on your phone to the creation of a global empire that changed the way people move, work, and live, Kalanick has had an indelible impact on the world. His relentless drive to challenge the status quo redefined not just the taxi industry, but the very idea of what a business could be in the digital age. Under his leadership, Uber grew from a small startup to a multi-billion-dollar powerhouse, reshaping the gig economy and making technology an integral part of everyday life. It wasn't just about providing a ride, it was about creating an ecosystem, an entirely new way of thinking about work, labor, and mobility. Uber became more than just an app, it was a symbol of Silicon Valley's belief in radical change and the power of technological innovation to solve real-world problems. But Kalanick's journey at Uber was not without its struggles. The same disruptive spirit that fueled Uber's meteoric rise also led to internal strife, public backlash, and a series of ethical questions. His leadership style, marked by a fierce ambition and unrelenting pursuit of growth, was both praised and criticized. In the end, Kalanick's departure from the company he built left Uber at a crossroads, forcing it to confront the delicate balance between ambition and responsibility. Today, Uber stands as one of the world's most influential companies, continuing to evolve and expand. While Kalanick may no longer be at the helm, his legacy is woven into the fabric of the company. His vision for a seamless, on-demand world continues to shape Uber's operations, from ride-sharing to food delivery, freight, and even autonomous vehicles. The impact of his work is undeniable, not just in how we move, but in how we think about what's possible when you dare to disrupt the norms. Even after Uber, Kalanick's drive to innovate hasn't slowed. His new ventures, including city storage systems, demonstrate his continued commitment to shaking up industries. Kalanick's journey is proof that once you disrupt one industry, the drive to transform others becomes an unstoppable force. But his story also serves as a cautionary tale of the costs of rapid growth, the importance of balancing ethics with ambition, and the consequences of a leadership style that leaves little room for compromise. As Kalanick reflects on his journey, one thing is clear: he has left a mark on the world that will be felt for decades. His story is not just one of entrepreneurial triumph, but also of the hard truths that come with creating something that challenges the very fabric of society. Kalanick's impact goes beyond Uber. It's a legacy of boldness, vision, and the willingness to take risks even when the road ahead is uncertain. In the end, Travis Kalanick's legacy is about more than just creating a billion-dollar company. It's about the audacity to imagine something new, to challenge the status quo, and to relentlessly pursue a vision no matter the cost. His story reminds us that the road to innovation is often messy, filled with obstacles, failures, and hard lessons. But it is also filled with the potential for greatness, for change, and for the power to reimagine the world. Travis Kalanick may not have had the easiest path, but his story will continue to inspire those who dare to think differently, who seek to disrupt industries, and who believe that one idea can change the world. The journey of Travis Kalanick is far from over, but the impact he's had on the world is undeniable. He has forever altered the way we think about technology, business, and the future of work. The question now isn't just what he's done, it's what comes next. Reed Hastings grew up in a world where the limits of entertainment were confined to what was available at the local video store or scheduled television broadcasts. But from a young age, he saw beyond these boundaries. Born in 1960 in Boston, Massachusetts, Hastings wasn't just an ordinary child. He was always driven by curiosity, curious about how things worked, how businesses grew, and how technology could change the world. After graduating from Bowdoin College with a degree in mathematics and later earning a master's degree in computer science from Stanford University, Reed Hastings was no stranger to the power of technology. Yet, despite his strong background in academics, it wasn't until the mid-1990s that he would make his mark on the world. At the time, the internet was still in its infancy, but Hastings saw the potential it held to transform industries. It was 1997 when he co-founded Netflix, a company that would not only revolutionize how we consume entertainment, but also become a symbol of Silicon Valley's relentless pursuit of innovation. Netflix began as a DVD rental by mail service. At the time, video rental stores like Blockbuster ruled the market, but Reed's vision was already pointing toward a new horizon. He believed that the way people consumed media could and should be radically different. With Netflix, he sought to eliminate late fees, create a subscription model, and bring movies directly to people's homes. But this was only the beginning of a much larger vision. In 1998, Netflix officially launched, offering an alternative to traditional video rental chains. The subscription-based model eliminated the need for customers to return movies by a specific deadline, solving the perennial frustration of late fees. What Reed Hastings understood was that convenience and customer satisfaction would be key to success. But even then, he knew that this model was just a stepping stone toward the true potential of Netflix. Hastings wasn't content with simply dominating DVD rentals. As the internet evolved and broadband internet became more widespread, he saw an opportunity to bring movies directly to viewers' screens through streaming. In 2007, Netflix made the monumental decision to launch a streaming service. The move marked a seismic shift in the entertainment industry, changing the way audiences would consume content forever. Reed Hastings wasn't just a tech visionary, he was a strategist. He understood that Netflix couldn't just be another video-on-demand platform. It had to be a place where content could be discovered, where original storytelling could thrive, and where technology could make the experience effortless. Hastings saw that in order to change the way we watch TV and movies, Netflix needed to own its own future. And that meant investing heavily in technology, innovation, and eventually creating its own original content. In 2013, Netflix took a bold leap with the launch of its first original series. House of Cards, the move to produce and distribute original content, wasn't just a business decision, it was a declaration of Netflix's commitment to reimagining entertainment. With House of Cards' success, the floodgates opened for a wave of critically acclaimed original shows and films, forever altering the entertainment landscape. Under Reed Hastings' leadership, Netflix didn't just change how we watched television, it transformed the entire global entertainment ecosystem. By expanding into international markets, Netflix became a cultural phenomenon available to millions of viewers worldwide. The company's success pushed traditional broadcasters and cable providers to rethink their models and accelerated the rise of on-demand streaming services across the globe. As Netflix grew, so did Reed Hastings' reputation as one of Silicon Valley's most innovative leaders. His approach to business was rooted in a belief that the key to success wasn't simply about competing, it was about creating something entirely new. He believed that Netflix's future didn't lie in just being a platform for watching shows. It was about changing the way entertainment was made and consumed on a global scale. One of the defining features of Netflix under Hastings' leadership was its commitment to technology. From its algorithm that recommends movies based on your viewing history to the seamless, ad-free experience that users now take for granted, Netflix's technological innovations have set the standard for the streaming industry. Reed Hastings was born on October 8, 1960, in Boston, Massachusetts, into a family that valued education and curiosity. Growing up, Hastings showed an early interest in academics, excelling in mathematics and science. Raised in a suburban environment, he wasn't one to shy away from exploring big ideas. His upbringing would lay the foundation for the remarkable journey that would reshape the entertainment industry. Hastings attended Bowdoin College in Maine, where he majored in mathematics. Here, he demonstrated the drive and intellectual curiosity that would shape his future. A few years later, he went on to earn a master's degree in computer science from Stanford University, immersing himself in the rapidly evolving field of technology during the early days of the personal computer revolution. After completing his studies at Stanford, Hastings was drawn to Silicon Valley, the beating heart of technological innovation. It was the mid-1980s, and the tech boom was just beginning to take off. Hastings co-founded his first company, Pure Software, in 1991, a startup that focused on software tools for debugging programs. It was a time of experimentation, risk, and rapid growth, qualities that Hastings would later bring to his work with Netflix. Pure Software was a success, and Hastings sold it to Rational Software in 1997 for $750 million, making him a wealthy man. But rather than resting on his laurels, he shifted his focus to a new idea, one that would have an even bigger impact on the world. In 1997, Reed Hastings co-founded Netflix with Mark Randolph. Initially, Netflix was a DVD rental service by mail, an innovative concept at the time. This idea was born out of Hastings' frustration with late fees at traditional video rental stores like Blockbuster, and a belief that the future of entertainment was at home in the digital realm. Netflix launched its website in 1998, allowing customers to browse a catalog of DVDs online and have them mailed to their homes. This was a major departure from the typical brick-and-mortar video rental stores, which were limited in both inventory and geographical reach. What made Netflix different was its subscription model, which eliminated the need for late fees, offering a convenient and stress-free rental experience. Hastings' vision was clear. He wanted to build a business that would change the way people consumed entertainment. His ambition was not just to compete with video rental chains, but to completely overhaul the industry by making rentals more convenient, affordable, and customer-friendly. But what Hastings realized early on was that this was just the beginning. Despite early growth, Netflix faced challenges. Blockbuster, the dominant video rental company at the time, was slow to embrace digital technology and dismissed Netflix's subscription model as a passing trend. Hastings, however, saw the future differently. He saw the internet as the ultimate platform for entertainment, and he knew that streaming would eventually change everything. In 2007, Netflix made a bold move. Recognizing the rise of broadband internet and the increasing demand for on-demand content, the company transitioned from a DVD rental service to an online streaming platform. It was a gamble that would forever change the way people consumed television and movies. Hastings' bet on streaming paid off, and Netflix rapidly grew, offering viewers instant access to an ever-expanding library of content. As streaming took off, Netflix's model evolved even further. By 2013, Netflix had taken a groundbreaking step producing its own original content. The launch of House of Cards, Netflix's first original series, marked a pivotal moment in the company's history. It demonstrated that Netflix wasn't just a platform for watching content, it was a major player in content creation. Under Hastings' leadership, Netflix became a leader in original programming, delivering hits like Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, and The Crown. These shows were not just hits. They were cultural phenomena, and they changed the way audiences consumed television, making binge-watching a global habit. Hastings was reshaping the entertainment landscape, competing with traditional TV networks and movie studios on a level they had never anticipated. One of Hastings' most significant achievements was Netflix's expansion into international markets. What started as an American service soon became available in nearly every country around the world. Hastings recognized the global potential of Netflix and worked to create a service that could adapt to diverse markets, overcoming challenges such as censorship and language barriers to become a global powerhouse. By 2016, Netflix was available in over 190 countries with more than 70 million subscribers. The service had become a household name, and Hastings had succeeded in his mission to not only change how people watch television, but to make Netflix a truly global brand. Hastings' belief in technology and data was key to Netflix's success. By using sophisticated algorithms to recommend content based on a user's viewing history, Netflix created a personalized experience for each subscriber. The seamless interface and commitment to eliminating distractions, like ads, made the viewing experience unrivaled. While Netflix's success seems inevitable in hindsight, it was far from guaranteed. Hastings faced significant challenges along the way: critics who doubted his vision, competitors who tried to replicate his business model, and internal struggles as the company pivoted from DVD to streaming and then to content creation. Yet, throughout it all, Hastings remained focused on one goal: to give people what they wanted, entertainment on their terms. Despite his massive success, Hastings has remained grounded, focusing not only on the business side of things but also on social causes. A strong advocate for education reform, he has donated millions to educational initiatives and served on various boards. His commitment to social good has made him a respected figure not just in tech but in broader philanthropic circles. Today, Reed Hastings continues to drive Netflix into the future. From interactive storytelling with Bandersnatch to exploring virtual reality and gaming, Hastings' desire to push the boundaries of entertainment shows no sign of slowing down. As Netflix moves into new frontiers, Hastings' impact on the entertainment world is undeniable. Reed Hastings didn't just change the way we watch TV. He changed the way we think about media, how it's consumed, how it's made, and who controls it. He's not just a Silicon Valley entrepreneur. He's a cultural architect shaping the entertainment industry in ways few could have imagined. And as Netflix continues to evolve, one thing is clear: Reed Hastings' vision has left an indelible mark on the world. In the late 1990s, renting movies meant driving to the nearest video store, dealing with long lines, and returning DVDs on time to avoid late fees. The industry was dominated by giants like Blockbuster, and the concept of streaming movies from your living room seemed far off. But Reed Hastings had a different vision, one that would transform not only the way we watch movies, but how we think about entertainment itself. In 1997, Hastings co-founded Netflix with Mark Randolph. Initially, the idea was simple: offer DVD rentals by mail. At the time, Blockbuster had a near monopoly on video rentals, but Hastings saw an opportunity to innovate. The model was a stark contrast to the traditional rental store setup: no late fees, no due dates, it was convenient, and it was easy. In 1998, Netflix launched its website, allowing users to browse and rent DVDs online. This was revolutionary. Instead of traveling to a brick-and-mortar store, Netflix delivered the movies directly to customers' homes, allowing for a more seamless, customer-centric experience. The subscription model was different. Two users could rent as many DVDs as they wanted each month for a fixed fee, eliminating the need to worry about late fees. Blockbuster, the dominant force in video rentals, initially dismissed Netflix's business model. But Hastings wasn't deterred. He had a bigger vision, one where technology could transform the entire way people consumed content. His plan was to build a scalable business, one that didn't just rely on physical stores and DVDs, but could harness the power of the internet to deliver entertainment directly to consumers. The early years were far from easy. Netflix struggled with low subscriber numbers, and the DVD by mail business model had its limitations. At the same time, Blockbuster continued to dominate, but Hastings was patient. He knew the internet would eventually play a central role in how people consumed media, and he wasn't ready to give up on his dream. As the internet became more ubiquitous and broadband internet access expanded, Hastings began to see a new opportunity. The era of physical media was rapidly coming to an end, and streaming, the ability to watch movies and TV shows instantly over the internet, was emerging as the next big thing. In 2007, Netflix made its boldest move yet, the launch of its streaming service. The idea was revolutionary. For the first time, subscribers could watch movies and TV shows instantly without waiting for a DVD to be mailed. This shift was a game changer, and it marked the beginning of Netflix's rise to dominance. At first, the streaming library was small, but the concept was clear. Hastings had created a platform that could deliver entertainment without the need for physical media. The potential was enormous. Streaming was a faster, more convenient way for consumers to access content, and it would only continue to improve as internet speeds and technology advanced. In 2013, Netflix took its next bold step, the launch of its first original series, House of Cards. This marked the beginning of Netflix's transformation from a content distributor to a content creator. By producing its own series, Netflix had the power to curate its own library of content, bypassing traditional television networks and film studios altogether. The success of House of Cards opened the door for a wave of groundbreaking original content. Series like Orange is the New Black, Stranger Things, and The Crown became instant hits, attracting millions of subscribers worldwide. What was once a service for renting DVDs had now become a cultural force, creating shows that were as influential as anything on traditional television. As Netflix's content library grew, so did its subscriber base. By 2016, Netflix was available in over 190 countries with more than 70 million subscribers. Reed Hastings had built a global entertainment empire, revolutionizing the entertainment industry and forcing traditional TV networks and movie studios to rethink their entire business model. Netflix's global expansion wasn't just about offering American content worldwide, it was about creating content for audiences everywhere. From Bollywood films to original series in Spanish, German, and French, Netflix became a truly international platform catering to diverse tastes and preferences. Hastings' vision had always been global, and it was paying off. One of Netflix's key innovations was its use of data. The platform's sophisticated recommendation engine, powered by an algorithm that learns viewers' preferences, changed the way people discovered content. Rather than relying on TV schedules or recommendations from critics, Netflix users could simply log in and receive a personalized list of shows and movies tailored to their tastes. As the platform's technology evolved, so did its viewing experience. Netflix began offering 4K resolution, HDR content, and mobile streaming, making it easier than ever for subscribers to watch their favorite shows and movies on any device, anytime, anywhere. But Reed Hastings wasn't content with just expanding Netflix's reach. He saw an opportunity to create content that was tailored to local tastes, producing original series in countries around the world. Whether it was Narcos in Latin America or Sacred Games in India, Netflix became a platform that not only brought global entertainment to local audiences, but also gave local creators a voice on the world stage. Despite its success, Netflix has faced fierce competition from other streaming giants like Amazon Prime, Hulu, and Disney+. But rather than retreating, Reed Hastings doubled down on his commitment to creating diverse, high-quality content and expanding Netflix's global footprint. Hastings understood that the key to Netflix's success wasn't just the quantity of its content, but the quality. Reed Hastings' leadership transformed Netflix from a small DVD rental company into a global entertainment powerhouse. Today, Netflix is more than just a streaming service. It is a cultural juggernaut that has forever changed the way people consume media. Hastings' vision to bring entertainment directly to consumers, anytime and anywhere, has reshaped the industry, and with each new chapter, Netflix continues to push the boundaries of what's possible. The rise of Netflix is a testament to the power of innovation, the importance of timing, and the ability to disrupt an entire industry. Reed Hastings' journey with Netflix has not only transformed entertainment but has redefined how we experience stories. And with the company continuing to evolve, one thing is clear: the revolution in media is far from over. Reed Hastings' impact on the entertainment world is undeniable. From a small DVD rental business to the global streaming giant that Netflix is today, his vision and leadership have reshaped the way we consume entertainment and how the entertainment industry operates. In the 1990s, renting movies meant driving to your local Blockbuster or other video rental chains, choosing a film from their limited stock, and hoping you didn't get charged a late fee. At the time, there were few who could have imagined a world where we'd stream movies and TV shows instantly, on demand, wherever we were. Yet Reed Hastings saw this future, and he set out to make it a reality. Hastings co-founded Netflix in 1997, not to be just another video rental service, but to fundamentally change the industry. His decision to offer DVD rentals by mail wasn't just an innovation, it was the beginning of a new way of thinking about media distribution. Netflix offered the convenience of home delivery, eliminating late fees, and allowing customers to rent unlimited DVD discs for a fixed monthly fee. But Reed Hastings didn't stop there. As the internet grew in speed and accessibility, he recognized the seismic shift happening in the tech landscape. The idea of streaming movies online was gaining traction, and Hastings, always ahead of the curve, made the pivotal decision to shift Netflix's focus from DVD rentals to online streaming. In 2007, Netflix launched its streaming service, allowing subscribers to watch movies and TV shows instantly over the internet. This move wasn't just an incremental change, it was a game changer. It signaled the end of the physical media era and began the transformation of entertainment from traditional formats like cable TV and DVD discs to on-demand streaming. Hastings wasn't merely trying to disrupt the video rental industry, he was setting the stage for a total revolution in how we engage with entertainment. He understood that the future of media lay in data, personalization, and accessibility. And Netflix was uniquely positioned to deliver on this promise. A core element of Netflix's success lies in its sophisticated algorithms, which use data to recommend content based on individual tastes. By analyzing what viewers watched, how long they watched, and their ratings, Netflix revolutionized content discovery, making it easier for subscribers to find shows and movies they loved and keeping them engaged for longer periods. But Hastings' impact didn't stop with streaming. In 2013, Netflix made a bold move launching its own original programming. House of Cards became Netflix's first hit series, signaling that the company wasn't just a platform, it was a creator of high-quality content. From Stranger Things to The Crown, Netflix's investment in original programming would change the television landscape forever. Reed Hastings also changed the global nature of television. Netflix's expansion into international markets wasn't just about offering American content abroad, it was about adapting and localizing content for different regions. Netflix produced Narcos for Latin America, Sacred Games for India, and a host of other shows tailored to regional tastes. With Netflix now available in over 190 countries, Hastings ensured that the platform was a truly global powerhouse. Under Hastings' leadership, Netflix placed a premium on diversity not only in the stories it told, but in the creators it worked with. By supporting diverse voices and expanding the range of stories told on screen, Netflix became a reflection of a more globalized, interconnected world where different cultures, languages, and perspectives could thrive. As Netflix grew, so did its commitment to technological innovation. In a world of constantly evolving tech, Netflix stayed at the forefront. From streaming in HD to 4K and HDR, Netflix redefined the quality of streaming content, ensuring that its viewers would experience content in the highest possible quality, whether on a phone, tablet, or TV screen. One of the most profound changes that Reed Hastings fostered was Netflix's commitment to accessibility. As Netflix expanded to mobile devices, smart TVs, and gaming consoles, it made it easier for people to watch anywhere, anytime, on any device. This flexibility changed how we think about television, no longer confined to a living room. It became something we could enjoy on a commute, in a hotel room, or even on the go. Hastings' work didn't just disrupt the entertainment industry, it also changed the competitive landscape. As Netflix grew, so did the number of competitors. Amazon Prime, Hulu, Disney+, and others all entered the streaming race, each trying to carve out their own share of the market. But Netflix, thanks to its head start, its robust content library, and its commitment to innovation, remains the leader in the streaming wars. While Netflix's success seems inevitable now, it wasn't always clear. There were challenges, from the transition from DVD rentals to streaming, to dealing with the massive investments needed for original programming. But Hastings' ability to take risks, adapt quickly, and push the boundaries of what a streaming service could be has been a hallmark of his leadership. Even today, Reed Hastings' impact is ongoing. Netflix continues to expand beyond traditional TV and movies, venturing into gaming, interactive content, and exploring the possibilities of virtual reality. Hastings remains committed to finding new ways to engage audiences, knowing that the future of entertainment is limitless. Reed Hastings changed the rules of the game. He didn't just create a company that delivers entertainment. He created a company that defines how we consume entertainment. From Netflix's early days to its dominance in global streaming, Hastings' impact will continue to resonate for generations. His vision reshaped not only the entertainment industry, but also the very fabric of how we connect to stories in a digital age. Today, Netflix isn't just a service, it's a cultural phenomenon, a living testament to Reed Hastings' bold vision. And as the company continues to evolve, one thing remains certain: the impact of his work will be felt long after the credits roll. As we reflect on Reed Hastings' journey, one thing is abundantly clear: His vision for the future of entertainment has become reality. What began as a modest DVD rental service has grown into a global entertainment empire, forever changing how we consume media. Netflix is no longer just a streaming service, it's a cultural touchstone, reshaping television, film, and storytelling itself. Through Netflix, Hastings championed the idea that entertainment should transcend borders, that stories from all corners of the world could find an audience. From the creation of original content like House of Cards and Stranger Things, to embracing global production in languages as diverse as Spanish, Hindi, and French, Netflix has become a true global platform. Hastings' leadership didn't just guide Netflix's rise. It also influenced the entire entertainment industry. By embracing data-driven decisions, personalized recommendations, and cutting-edge technology, he reshaped how content is delivered, consumed, and discovered. His decision to enter the world of original programming broke the mold, setting a new precedent for how studios and networks think about content production. But perhaps Hastings' most profound legacy is the democratization of entertainment. He turned Netflix into a platform that caters to diverse voices, tastes, and experiences, giving creators from around the world the opportunity to share their stories with millions. Netflix's ability to not only create but also distribute content globally has made it a true pioneer in the digital era. Even as the streaming wars intensify, Reed Hastings continues to push boundaries. Netflix's move into gaming, its exploration of interactive content, and its ongoing investment in new technologies signal that Hastings isn't done yet. He remains focused on building a future where entertainment is more immersive, interactive, and globally connected. Reed Hastings didn't just build a company, he created a platform that adapts to the changing landscape of technology and culture. From pioneering on-demand streaming to making Netflix available on virtually every device, he's ensured that the company will remain at the forefront of innovation. As a leader, Hastings was never content to rest on his laurels. His willingness to take risks, his passion for disruption, and his relentless pursuit of progress have made him one of the most influential figures in modern business and technology. And while Netflix may have redefined television and film, the ripple effect of his work extends far beyond entertainment. The legacy of Reed Hastings is a testament to the power of visionary thinking. His willingness to challenge the status quo has paved the way for new models of entertainment, new forms of storytelling, and new ways of connecting people through shared experiences. Through Netflix, he has touched billions of lives and changed the course of history. In the world of tech and innovation, few figures have shaped the digital landscape quite like Evan Spiegel. Born on June 4, 1990, in Los Angeles, California, Spiegel was raised in a world where Silicon Valley's influence loomed large, but his path to becoming one of the youngest billionaires in history was far from typical. From a young age, Spiegel exhibited a sharp mind and an entrepreneurial spirit, two traits that would define his career. He was a natural at building connections and innovating from the start. During his years at Stanford University, he immersed himself in design and product development, where he met co-founders Bobby Murphy and Reggie Brown. The trio's partnership would eventually give rise to one of the most influential social platforms of the 21st century, Snapchat. But Snapchat wasn't born overnight. Initially conceived as a simple idea, one where photos would disappear after being viewed, Spiegel's concept quickly evolved. This fleeting nature of communication tapped into something deeper about how young people wanted to connect. But the journey to making Snapchat a household name was filled with setbacks, challenges, and moments of doubt. In the competitive world of tech, success is never guaranteed. Spiegel faced skepticism from investors and struggled with the question of whether his vision could become more than just a passing trend. His insistence on maintaining control of Snapchat, a decision that at times seemed like a risk, would eventually prove to be one of his most defining moves. As Snapchat evolved, Spiegel continued to push the envelope, expanding the app into a multimedia platform and introducing features like stories, which would reshape the way people interacted with digital content. Evan's story isn't just about innovation, it's about resilience. It's about navigating the complexities of Silicon Valley's fast-paced, high-risk environment while staying true to his vision. Today, as CEO of Snap Inc., Spiegel has not only weathered the storms of the tech world but has also pioneered new forms of communication, giving rise to an entirely new cultural language. But who is the man behind the glasses and the billion-dollar empire? What drives Evan Spiegel? What lessons can we learn from his unique journey, filled with triumphs and failures alike? This is the story of Evan Spiegel, the tech visionary who changed the way the world communicates, and the man who, despite the odds, built an empire on the foundation of simplicity, innovation, and bold decisions. Evan Thomas Spiegel was born on June 4, 1990, in Los Angeles, California, into a world where technology and innovation were already deeply intertwined with everyday life. The son of a successful lawyer and a former model, Evan was raised in a privileged environment that exposed him to the dynamic worlds of both business and media. However, from a young age, it was clear that Evan was driven by his own passions, particularly in design and technology. Evan's journey into the tech world began at Stanford University, where he studied product design. It was here that his interest in the intersection of technology and communication truly took off. But it wasn't just academic achievement that defined his time at Stanford. His entrepreneurial spirit was already beginning to take shape. He teamed up with two classmates, Bobby Murphy and Reggie Brown, to develop a mobile app that would later become one of the most influential platforms of the digital age. In 2011, Spiegel, Murphy, and Brown launched the app called Peekaboo, which allowed users to send photos that disappeared after being viewed. While the initial idea was simple, it tapped into a growing desire for more private, ephemeral communication in the digital world. Soon after, the team rebranded the app as Snapchat, a move that would set the stage for one of the most groundbreaking transformations in the social media landscape. At first, Snapchat was met with skepticism. Critics doubted that people would embrace the idea of sending photos that vanished in seconds. But Evan Spiegel, always the visionary, believed that the impermanence of digital communication had the power to change how people connected. The app quickly gained popularity among teenagers who saw the potential for more genuine, less polished interactions. Despite the app's growing user base, Snapchat faced several early challenges. For one, Spiegel and his team struggled to convince investors to take the app seriously. Many doubted its staying power and were skeptical of the monetization potential. But Spiegel remained steadfast, sticking to his belief that Snapchat was something unique. He rejected multiple buyout offers from giants like Facebook, who attempted to purchase the platform, a move that many saw as risky. Spiegel's decision to maintain control over Snapchat paid off. Over the next few years, Snapchat evolved from a photo-sharing app into a multimedia platform that integrated stories, video messaging, and augmented reality filters. Features like these reshaped the social media experience and set Snapchat apart from its competitors. The introduction of the Snapchat Stories feature, in particular, would later be replicated by nearly every major social media platform, from Instagram to Facebook, signaling its undeniable influence. Spiegel's leadership, however, was not without controversy. As Snapchat CEO, he often faced criticism for being secretive, stubborn, and reluctant to change course, even when the platform's growth slowed. Yet, his persistence and confidence in his vision continued to drive the company forward. In 2017, Snap Inc. went public with its IPO, raising billions and making Spiegel one of the youngest self-made billionaires in history at just 26 years old. However, success was not without its struggles. After Snapchat's IPO, the company faced intense competition from other social media platforms, most notably Instagram, which adopted many of Snapchat's key features. In response, Spiegel pushed for constant innovation, leading the company to explore new frontiers like augmented reality and original content. Despite fluctuating stock prices and financial challenges, Spiegel's determination to maintain Snap's independence has remained unwavering. Beyond business, Evan Spiegel's personal life has also been a subject of public interest. In 2017, he married Miranda Kerr, a former Victoria's Secret supermodel, in a low-key ceremony. Their relationship has become one of Hollywood's most high-profile, yet private, unions. Together, they have children and have largely kept their personal lives away from the public eye, a contrast to the transparency and connectivity that Snapchat promotes. Today, Evan Spiegel continues to steer Snap Inc. into new realms, exploring the possibilities of augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and even wearable technology. Under his leadership, Snap has made bold strides in developing its AR capabilities with products like Spectacles, the company's AR glasses, pushing the boundaries of how we interact with the world through technology. Through his journey, Spiegel has been lauded as a visionary leader who wasn't afraid to challenge the status quo and go against the grain of Silicon Valley's culture. But his story is not just one of business success. It's also about resilience, the refusal to compromise, and the relentless pursuit of a vision. A vision where communication is more authentic, creative, and, in many ways, more human. Evan Spiegel's impact on the world is undeniable. As one of the youngest tech moguls in history, he has forever altered the landscape of social media and digital communication. But the story of Evan Spiegel is far from over. The future is still unfolding, and his next move could very well shape the next generation of technology. In 2011, Evan Spiegel, along with his co-founders Bobby Murphy and Reggie Brown, created an app that would forever change the way people communicated online. It all began as a simple idea: what if photos could disappear after being viewed? This idea, birthed from Spiegel's desire to make digital communication more genuine and less curated, quickly evolved into something far bigger: Snapchat. Originally called Peekaboo, the app was designed to allow users to send photos that vanished after a few seconds. Spiegel, ever the visionary, believed that this impermanence could solve a growing problem in the digital age: the pressure to curate and filter every aspect of one's online persona. The app allowed people to share moments without the worrying of them being permanently documented and archived on the internet. However, success did not come immediately. In its early days, Snapchat struggled to gain traction, with many people questioning the need for such an app. Critics argued that photos disappearing after being seen was a gimmick, that it would only appeal to a small, niche group. But Evan Spiegel's belief in the power of impermanent communication fueled his perseverance. He didn't just want to create another social network. He wanted to reimagine how people could interact with each other in the digital space. By 2012, Snapchat was gaining momentum, particularly among teenagers, who saw it as a platform for more authentic and spontaneous interactions. In a world where everything online was becoming permanent, Snapchat's disappearing messages gave users a sense of freedom. No longer did they have to worry about a moment captured in a photo haunting them forever. It was a digital world where mistakes could be made, where vulnerability was allowed, and where people could engage without the pressure of perfection. Snapchat's true rise began in 2013 when the app introduced Stories. The feature allowed users to post a series of photos and videos that would remain visible to their friends for 24 hours before disappearing. Stories would go on to revolutionize the way people shared their lives. Unlike other platforms where posts were static and permanent, Snapchat stories were dynamic, offering a more fleeting, in-the-moment way to experience someone's day. It was a game changer. In 2014, Facebook made a bold move to acquire Snapchat, offering a reported $3 billion for the app. Spiegel, still in his 20s and with a clear vision for his company, rejected the offer. He refused to sell, opting instead to build something unique on his own terms. It was a decision that would define his career. Despite initial skepticism, Spiegel's belief that Snapchat was more than just a messaging app began to gain widespread recognition. The following year, in 2015, Snapchat introduced Discover, a feature that brought media companies, publishers, and celebrities to the app, offering curated content to users. This move marked Snapchat's transition from a simple photo-sharing app into a full-fledged multimedia platform. With Discover, Spiegel aimed to blend entertainment, news, and social media, offering users a way to consume content while still interacting with friends. Evan Spiegel is more than just a Silicon Valley CEO. He's a pioneer who forever altered how we communicate, share, and consume information in the digital age. As the co-founder and CEO of Snap Inc., Spiegel's influence goes far beyond the creation of Snapchat. His vision has reshaped the entire social media landscape, creating new standards for how people interact with technology and one another. When Spiegel first launched Snapchat in 2011, few could have predicted the massive impact the app would have on both the tech world and society at large. Snapchat introduced the concept of ephemeral communication messages and images that disappeared after being viewed. At a time when social media was dominated by permanent posts, this shift was radical. It offered a way for people, especially younger users, to interact online without the pressure of maintaining a perfectly curated digital identity. This idea of impermanence sparked a cultural shift. Users could now share spontaneous moments, mistakes, and feelings without the fear that everything they posted would live on forever. Snapchat became a space where authenticity, not perfection, was celebrated. It gave rise to the real internet, where users didn't just share their highlights, they shared their lives, raw and unfiltered. Spiegel didn't stop there. His relentless drive to innovate transformed Snapchat into more than just a messaging app. In 2013, Snapchat introduced Stories, a feature that allowed users to post a series of photos and videos that lasted for 24 hours before disappearing. The Stories format has since been adopted by almost every major social media platform, from Instagram to Facebook. Today, it's hard to imagine a world without Stories, a testament to how Spiegel's bold ideas reshaped digital storytelling. But Spiegel didn't stop at reshaping how people communicated. He saw Snapchat as a multimedia platform with enormous potential. In 2015, the company introduced Discover, a feature that allowed major media companies to create short-form content for Snapchat's audience. This was a direct challenge to traditional forms of media, turning Snapchat into a place not only for personal communication, but also for news, entertainment, and advertising. Discover gave a new generation a way to access breaking news and curated content, all within the same platform they used to send silly selfies. In 2016, Spiegel pushed the boundaries even further by introducing Spectacles, Snapchat's very own augmented reality glasses. While this product didn't achieve the same level of success as the app, it showcased Spiegel's forward-thinking approach to technology. He envisioned a world where augmented reality and social media would seamlessly merge, and Spectacles was his first step toward making that vision a reality. Spiegel's insistence on pursuing innovative ideas, sometimes at the expense of immediate profits, highlighted his long-term view of technology. Spiegel's refusal to sell Snapchat, despite lucrative buyout offers, is perhaps one of the most defining aspects of his impact. When Facebook offered $3 billion for Snapchat in 2013, many advised Spiegel to take the money and run, but he resisted, believing that the company's future potential far outweighed any short-term gain. This decision not only solidified Spiegel's commitment to his vision, but also set the tone for how he would approach the growth and development of Snap Inc. Under his leadership, Snapchat evolved from a simple app to a multifaceted platform, from Lens's interactive filters that use augmented reality to Snap Maps, which allows users to see where their friends are in real time. Spiegel's ability to predict and adapt to the changing needs of users has kept Snapchat relevant, even as competitors like Instagram copied key features. He saw early on that augmented reality was not just a novelty, but the next frontier of social media, and his company has worked tirelessly to lead the charge. Perhaps one of his greatest contributions is the way he has redefined how brands approach marketing. Snapchat has become a platform where advertisers need to think outside the box. With its short-form, vertical videos and creative ad formats, Spiegel has made it clear that traditional advertising methods are not enough in the age of social media. Brands now have to engage users in innovative ways, whether through interactive filters, sponsored lenses, or branded stories to capture their attention. Spiegel has also made a lasting mark on privacy and user control. At a time when social media platforms have been under scrutiny for data privacy concerns, Snapchat's focus on ephemeral communication stands as a stark contrast to the data-hungry practices of many other platforms. Spiegel has always been a champion of user autonomy, emphasizing that Snapchat should serve as a space where people can be themselves, free from the permanent digital footprint that defines so many other platforms. While he is often seen as a Silicon Valley outsider, he's not the classic tech mogul with a huge public presence or aggressive marketing style. Spiegel's influence is undeniable. His impact reaches far beyond Snapchat. Through his leadership, he has inspired an entire generation of tech entrepreneurs to focus on creating platforms that prioritize user experience, privacy, and innovation over simply chasing profit. His approach has shown that success doesn't have to come at the cost of authenticity or trust. Today, as the CEO of Snap Inc., Spiegel continues to innovate, introducing new features, products, and technologies that push the boundaries of what's possible in the tech world. From augmented reality to artificial intelligence, Spiegel is building a future where communication, entertainment, and technology merge in ways we can only begin to imagine. In many ways, Evan Spiegel's impact on the world is just beginning. He has already revolutionized the way we communicate, share, and interact online, but his vision of a future shaped by immersive technologies, including augmented reality and machine learning, will likely define the next era of digital interaction. As Snapchat continues to evolve, so too will the legacy of Evan Spiegel, one of the most influential figures in the history of modern tech. As we conclude this journey through the life and legacy of Evan Spiegel, it's clear that his story is far from over. What started as a simple idea to make photos disappear has blossomed into a global tech empire, one that continues to evolve, shape, and disrupt the digital world. But beyond the billion-dollar valuations, Snapchat's true influence lies in how it has forever changed the way we communicate, interact, and experience the world. Spiegel's ability to stay true to his vision, even in the face of enormous pressure, is one of the defining characteristics of his career. When the world doubted him, when investors and critics questioned the longevity of Snapchat, he never wavered. His commitment to creating a platform that valued authenticity over perfection, that allowed users to communicate without the fear of permanent digital footprints, has resonated deeply with millions. In many ways, Snapchat became a cultural movement, a reflection of a generation's desire for more genuine, fleeting connections in a world where everything else seemed curated and staged. Under his leadership, Snap Inc. has not only survived but thrived. From the introduction of stories to the exploration of augmented reality with lenses and spectacles, Spiegel's vision for the future of social media has consistently pushed the envelope. He saw the potential for a new kind of digital experience, one that blended creativity, self-expression, and cutting-edge technology. Through Snapchat, he brought augmented reality into the mainstream, changing how we view and interact with the world around us. Spiegel's rejection of Facebook's $3 billion acquisition offer in 2013 will go down as one of the most defining moments in tech history. At the time, many saw it as a reckless move, but in hindsight, it was a masterstroke. His refusal to sell showed the world that Snapchat was never just about money, it was about creating something transformative, something that would change how we live online. His leadership and vision have always been about the long game, and it's that long-term thinking that has shaped Snap Inc. into the innovative force it is today. Yet, it hasn't been without challenges. The rise of competitors like Instagram, the pressure to maintain growth, and the constant demands of an ever-changing digital world have all tested Spiegel's resolve. But instead of yielding to the pressure, he has used these challenges as fuel for innovation. Snapchat's emphasis on augmented reality, artificial intelligence, and user-centric design continues to set it apart from its competitors. The app may have been imitated, but it has never been replicated. What's most striking about Evan Spiegel is his ability to remain focused on what truly matters: his users. In a tech world often driven by growth at all costs, Spiegel has consistently placed an emphasis on privacy, authenticity, and mental well-being. Snapchat's ephemeral nature, its light-hearted filters, and its focus on real-time, unpolished content have created a space where people can be themselves, free from the pressure to perform. And in a world where digital anxiety is on the rise, that may be one of the most important contributions to date. As a leader, Spiegel's quiet, sometimes even reserved demeanor stands in contrast to the brashness often associated with Silicon Valley moguls. Yet, it is this calm determination, paired with his unwavering belief in his vision, that has made him one of the most influential figures of his generation. Underneath the cool exterior, Spiegel has always been laser-focused on one thing: changing the way people connect, communicate, and experience the world. Today, Snap Inc. continues to push the boundaries of what's possible. With innovations in augmented reality, AI, and even the development of new hardware, Spiegel is laying the groundwork for the next frontier of digital communication. And while Snapchat may have been the catalyst for his success, it's clear that his work has only just begun. The future of Snap, and of Evan Spiegel himself, will be defined by even greater leaps forward in technology, ones that could alter the way we see the world and interact with one another forever. In many ways, Evan Spiegel's journey is a testament to the power of vision and resilience. He has shown the world that sometimes the greatest achievements come not from following the crowd, but from daring to chart your own course. As he looks ahead, it's clear that the digital landscape will continue to evolve in ways we can only begin to imagine, and Evan Spiegel will undoubtedly be at the forefront of that change, continuing to shape the world of tomorrow. The story of Evan Spiegel is far from over. In fact, it's just beginning. And as technology continues to advance, one thing is certain: his influence will remain, shaping the future of digital communication for generations to come.